Beginning in Summer 13, Salesforce has an updated interface for setup tasks. Newly created organizations will see the new setup interface by default, and existing orgs have the option to enable the updated interface. In the new interface, you'll access the Setup menu directly from the header of any Salesforce page and find your personal settings gathered under My Settings. In the Setup menu, you'll notice that some items have been reorganized based on task type. Administrators can enable or disable the improved setup interface for an organization from within the Setup menu. The orgs you will use throughout this training do not feature the Setup user interface enhancements, so you will continue to see the familiar Setup menu.
Are you brand new to Salesforce? Don't worry, we'll help you get started and you'll know your way around the application in no time. Salesforce is a customer relationship management, or CRM tool, created to help you manage the relationships you have with your current and potential customers. Salesforce is divided into different sets of tools referred to as clouds. Each cloud supports a different part of your overall relationship management plan. We'll focus on aspects of 3 of these areas as we talk about navigating the Salesforce application: the Sales Cloud, the Service Cloud, and Salesforce Chatter. The Sales Cloud helps you sell your products and services, manage connections with customers, and close more deals, while the Service Cloud helps you provide more responsive customer service, increase agent productivity, reduce service costs, and gain better visibility into your service organization. Salesforce Chatter helps you connect with coworkers, customers, and partners to share experience and information across Salesforce. Welcome to a better way to manage contacts, close deals, and communicate. Welcome to Salesforce. The foundation of Salesforce is its object types and chatter. Before we start navigating the Salesforce application, let's take a look at some of the concepts you should understand. A lead is not yet a customer, but any person, organization, or company that may be interested in working with your company, purchasing your products, or using your services. You can import lead information into Salesforce, manually enter it, or gather it from outside sources. An opportunity is any potential revenue-generating sales deal or event that you want to track in Salesforce. Opportunities include your won and lost deals. Tracking both allows you to avoid past mistakes and improve your sales performance. An account is an organization, individual, or company with an established relationship to your company. Your customers, competitors, and partners are all included. A forecast is an estimate of how much revenue your organization can generate or how many items you can sell in a quarter. You can easily create forecasts using the analytics tools in Salesforce. A contact is any point of contact, individual or influencer, directly associated with an account and possibly one or more opportunities. Information gathered about contacts includes name, phone number, address, company, position, and email address, so that you can find this information whenever you need it. A case is a detailed description of the problems, questions, and feedback that you gather from your customers. You can capture cases automatically from your website and customer emails using Web-to-Case and Email-to-Case, or you can create them manually. A solution is a detailed description of a customer issue and the resolution of that issue. These solutions make up your organization's solution knowledge base, a collection of information your customers can use to help them solve problems on their own by learning from past issues. A dashboard gives you a real-time snapshot of corporate metrics and key performance indicators. Dashboards are made up of groups of different charts or components that graphically display your custom report data. An activity can be a task or a scheduled calendar event. You can define and track activities for many different objects, including campaigns, accounts, contacts, and leads, all in one place. A product is any item or service you sell on your opportunities and quotes, and they can be associated with prices and price books set up in your organization. A report is a summary and analysis of your data, which you can display or print. Reports provide you with a deeper understanding of sales and prospecting activities. A contract is a written agreement between two or more parties, established and documented in Salesforce. You can track contracts through your organization's approval process. Chatter is a collaboration tool built into the Salesforce user interface. Chatter helps you connect with other users inside your Salesforce organization and share business information securely and in real time. Now that you're familiar with the types of things you'll encounter in Salesforce, let's take a tour of the application. To get started with Salesforce, you'll need to log into your organization. We're going to log in as Drew Michaels, a new U.S. sales rep for AW Computing. First, you'll click Login to load the login page. Enter your username and your password. Then you'll click Login to Salesforce. Now that you're in the application, let's take a look at the layout. The area across the top of the page contains the global search box and several useful links and pick lists. From the user menu, which is automatically customized to display your name, you can access your profile, open the setup menu, or choose to log out. Let's look at your profile. Your user profile shows you how other people see you in Salesforce. From here, you can view your Chatter influence score, post to Chatter, and update your profile information, such as your user picture, contact details, and About Me section. Choosing Setup from the user menu gives you access to your personal setup options. You can click My Personal Information and then choose from the options on the right to customize your personal information. You can also change your email settings or your Chatter settings to personalize your Salesforce experience. The last option on the user menu is Logout. If you select it, you will be logged out of the Salesforce application. Beside the user menu, you can click the Help and Training link to view help resources, including Salesforce documentation, FAQs, and links to additional training. Finally, click the Force.com application pick list to display a list of predefined available tab configurations for your Salesforce organization. When you select one of these options, the default tabs displayed across the top of your screen will change. These configurations are defined by your Salesforce administrator, so your list may look slightly different. Some pages in Salesforce may be too wide on smaller screens. You can collapse and expand the sidebar to make these pages easier to view. To collapse the sidebar, you simply click the arrow between the sidebar and the main page. To expand it, click the arrow again. This feature is delivered in Salesforce turned off, and it will need to be enabled by your administrator. The tools contained in the sidebar are there to make common tasks easier and more accessible. You can use Create New as a shortcut to add new events, tasks, opportunities, and other records to Salesforce. Recent Items displays a list of the last 10 records you viewed, and the Recycle Bin contains any items you may have deleted and will allow you to undelete them if necessary. These tools are visible on most of the tabs in Salesforce. True Salesforce navigation begins with its home pages. The top of each page displays the tabs of many home pages, such as Leads, Opportunities, Contacts, and so on. When you click a tab at the top of the page, the corresponding home page for that object is displayed. For instance, if you click the Accounts tab, the Accounts homepage is displayed. Each tab homepage serves as the starting point for viewing information about that object in Salesforce. And since the layout between the different tab homepages is consistent enough to be practically identical, once you've mastered one, you've mastered them all. Let's take a closer look at the standard homepage layout. The View Pick List can be used to change the way you view the records on a tab. Clicking the Help for this page link will take you to your Salesforce Help portal and specific help documentation for the page you're currently viewing. The Recent section displays records you've recently accessed that match the object type of the tab, while the Report section lists related analytics reports. Some homepages will also include a Tools section, which displays links to useful wizards and other helpful resources. And homepages for object types that utilize monetary fields, such as leads and opportunities, might include summary sections for calculating totals and projecting pipeline. However, there are two default tabs that don't follow this standardized layout: the Home tab and the Chatter tab. When you sign into Salesforce, you arrive on the Home tab. Here, you will find your recent chatter, recommendations from Salesforce, and your Salesforce tasks, calendar, and similar lists. Company dashboards may also appear on this page, if any have been shared. Next, if you click the Chatter tab, you'll find that the Chatter homepage also deviates from the standard tab homepage layout. It is split into 3 sections designed to help you get the most out of Chatter. The sidebar displays filters and links to change how you view Chatter. The Chatter feed shows chatter from across your company, chatter directed at you, or chatter from the people and groups you follow, depending on the filter you've selected. The Recommendations section displays helpful recommendations of what to do next in Salesforce, as well as people, groups, and files to follow, and links to trending topics. The Chatter and Home tabs, along with the other tabs that appear across the top of your Salesforce homepages, are referred to as default tabs. However, the default tabs displayed in Salesforce aren't the only tabs available for you to use. To view the list of additional tabs, click All Tabs, which appears in the user interface as a plus sign at the end of the row of default tabs. On the All Tabs page, you can click the name of a tab to open its homepage. Or, if you'd like to add a tab from the All Tabs page to your default tabs, you can click All Tabs and then click the Customize My Tabs button. On the Customize My Tabs page, hold Control and select the tabs you would like to add from the available tabs list. Click Add to move them to the selected tabs list. You can also remove tabs you don't want to appear by default. Hold Control and select the undesired tabs from the selected tabs list. Click Remove to remove them from your default tabs. If you want to reorder your default tabs from the selected tabs list, select the tabs that you would like to move. Click up or down to change the tab's position in the selected tabs list. Moving a tab up in the list moves it farther to the left in the Salesforce user interface. Moving a tab down in the list moves it farther to the right. Now click Save to finalize your selections. Notice that the new tabs have been added to the default tabs across the top of your home pages. The Opportunities tab, which we moved up in the list of selected tabs, has been moved to the left and is now closer to the Home and Chatter tabs. Let's click the Accounts tab to return to the Accounts homepage, since it uses the standard layout. Now, let's look at list views. List views are a way of filtering and viewing sets of records, usually based on certain user-defined criteria. There are several default standard views already available in Salesforce, which can be selected from the View Pick List. For instance, select All Accounts and click Go to view a list of all of the accounts in your Salesforce organization. The Action column displays the various actions you can perform on the individual records in the list. For instance, if you have the correct permissions, you can click Edit or Delete in the Action column to edit or delete a record. You can also click the Follow icon to follow chatter related to any of the records in the list. From a list view, you can directly access individual records in Salesforce. To view the information about a single record that appears in a list view, you click the record name. For instance, if you click an account name in the list view, such as ABC Labs, you can view that account's record detail page. This is the ABC Labs record detail page. Like the tab home pages, record detail pages use a consistent layout across different object types. However, record detail pages are fully customizable by your administrator, so they might be laid out differently in your instance of Salesforce. The record detail page is made up of several standard sections. All chatter pertaining to a record is located at the top of the page. You can add related chatter directly to a record by entering it into the text box and clicking Share. If you click Follow, chatter posted to the record's detail page will appear in your chatter feed. If chatter on the page is taking up too much space, click Hide Feed to collapse it. The main area of the record detail page is the Details section. It lists all of the information about the record, which may include the record owner, account information, and so on. Farther down the page, you will find the record's related lists. These lists contain records related to the one you're currently viewing, organized into lists by object type. For instance, the Opportunities Related list on the ABC Labs record detail page shows you multiple opportunities that are connected to ABC Labs. The Contacts Related list similarly shows related contacts. But what if you're at the top of the detail area and you want to view the information in the Records Related lists? Rather than scrolling down, you can easily view the same information by resting the mouse over one of the record's hoverlinks, which are located above the record detail area and just below its chatter feed. For instance, rest the mouse over the Contacts hoverlink to view the Contacts Related list. If you want to view the list itself, click the hoverlink and you'll be automatically scrolled down to the Related list section. Hovering is also useful if you want more information about a record referenced in a field on the record detail page. You can hover over certain fields to quickly view the most important details of the connected record without navigating away from the record you're viewing. While you're on a record detail page, you may find that you want to edit one or more of the record's fields. There are two ways to do this. You can click the Edit button to access the record's edit page. After making your changes, click Save to save them. If you want to make a change on the fly, use inline editing instead. First, hover over the field value you want to edit. Editable fields display a pencil icon, and non-editable fields display a lock icon. Double-click inside the highlighted region next to the field to change it to edit mode. Enter the new value and then click away from the field to confirm your changes. Confirmed changes display in bold orange text. When you're finished making edits to the record detail page, click Save to commit all of the confirmed changes. Saved changes become part of the record and no longer appear in orange. In some cases, you may already know which record you'd like to view. If so, you may find it easier to search for that specific record using Global Search, which can return results for practically any information stored in Salesforce. For instance, you enter the search term Dixon and click Search. Global Search returns a list of records of various types that contain any field matching the search term. Similarly, you may want to search for items whose field values start with a certain letter or letter combination. To do this, enter the first letters of your search term, followed by an asterisk, which serves as a placeholder or wildcard value. The results returned will include all records with any field values that start with your search term. In the sidebar of your search results, you'll find a list of the various object types. To dictate the order in which your search results appear, hover over the space to the right of an object type name. A pin icon appears. Click the pin icon to pin that object type to the top of the list, so that it's always shown first in the results. This is especially helpful if you use certain object types more often than others. You can use global search to find just about anything in Salesforce. Now that you've become more familiar with the ins and outs of the application, let's take a look at some other resources that can help you get the most out of Salesforce. You've learned the basics of navigating the Salesforce application, but what if you need more help? As you use Salesforce, you may want to know more about how Salesforce works and how you can make it work for you. You can use the Help and Training link within your Salesforce organization to search by keyword for help documentation. For example, enter navigation and click the search icon for more information about navigating the application. Or enter Getting Started to find the Getting Started FAQ. You can take the online training course called Getting Started using the Sales Cloud for a more in-depth look into the daily use of the Salesforce application. In this course, you learned that basic Salesforce terminology is the backbone of any Salesforce organization and includes leads, contacts, opportunities, accounts, and other record types. You now know that all of the tab homepages in Salesforce follow the same basic layout, no matter which one you're viewing, and that you can customize the default tab selection, including tab order and which tabs initially appear. You learned that list views are a way of viewing a specific set of records, usually by a certain criteria, and that each record has a record detail page that displays all of its information in Salesforce. You learned that you can follow chatter on a record to stay up to date on changes and progress, and that you can view and edit the information on record detail pages using hoverlinks, hover details, and inline editing. And you're familiar with global search, which you can use to find records of any type from anywhere in Salesforce. You also learned that the Help and Training link in your organization can be used to find documentation and training about the Salesforce application to make your job easier. Now you're ready to get started using Salesforce.